Edith is one that's always interviewing people, right? So it's our time for her to shine today.
I got caught. I couldn't run away from it.
Okay, you ready?
Be kind, Joe.
How'd you get into real estate?
I was at the time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was like PTA president and fundraising chair and making lots of money for the school and getting lots of volunteers to come in. And my husband's like, you know what? Why don't you make some money for us? So my uncle was doing loans, and he said, you should get your license and come in and do loans. I hated loans, but I was reading The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and it's an interesting story. I went to Amazon.com. I ordered the book based on a review, and the review was written by a man named Jeff Hansen. And I thought, oh my God, this book is great because it's teaching me how to be a realtor. So I thought, let me interview with Keller Williams. Chris Alston, he was the team leader at the time. I went in and I interviewed with him, and I joined Keller Williams that day. 2003. 20 years at the end of the month.
That's how we met, actually, 2003.
Yes. Yes.
Same office.
Same office. And I was Rookie of the Year.
No comment.
I'm almost Joe.
I was Rookie of the Year, but I left the office, so. So what do you do well? Let's talk about your, what are your main lead sources? What do you do well?
My main lead source is my database. So I grew up in Santa Clara. I lived in Sunnyvale for 20 years. I knew the schools, the school districts. So my database is my pot of gold. When I was in my neighborhood, I owned the farm, and I helped all the teachers in my school and in the district buy houses. So it was really wonderful.
So
It's continued.
for the last 20 years, walk us through it before, how do you optimize your database? What are your tips and or advice for it?
Gosh, there's so many ups and downs over the 20 years. So one thing is the one-to-one contact, really making the phone calls and connecting. That's something I'm actually really good at, is reading people and connecting with them on a very personal level. And so the phone calls that I do really help to bond and nurture the relationships. And then the people in my database, they refer their family and friends to me. So, mostly it's the one-on-one conversations that I have with them. Occasionally I'll do a client event, and when I do, it's always super fun and big. So I try to do smaller things to really get that relationship going.
People ask because you're so friendly. You're whenever I see you, I would say you're Miss Culture, right? Of Keller Williams.
I've been called that.
Open house, do you do? How do you do? Do you do well in open houses?
I do. If somebody wasn't in my database already, that used to be where I got my clients, was open houses.
So when you have 3 people walking in, how do you connect with? Who do you connect with? What would you do?
So, there's all kinds of different personalities that come into an open house, right? There's the one who they try to ignore you, right? They want to sneak by you. If there's 3 groups coming in, they're the ones that are running and skittering off into the corner. Then there's the people who are like, hi, yeah, I got a realtor, or hi, yeah, don't bother me. And then there's the ones that come in and they're like, hi, so why are the sellers moving, right? They immediately start with a question. And those are the ones that I tend to talk to right away, to connect with. And, I asked them, how did you hear about the open house? How long have you been looking? Have you written any offers yet? And do you need to sell in order to buy? And so then when they're done walking around, they come back and we talk more about why they want to buy and why they need to sell.
So you don't try to work with every single person?
Oh, God, no. Yeah.
So you would turn down business?
Yes. And there's power in saying no. There's power in it. Because if you could say no to somebody that you know is not going to want to work with you, or they're not really like a good, strong client to work with, then save your time and energy and work with people who want to work with you.
So you've been through different markets, right?
Yeah.
How do you stay consistent? How do you get motivated? How do you get, stay motivated? How do you even look forward to shifting markets? What would be your advice?
Mhm. Well, one thing is, I'd have to say my relationship with other agents in the office, like we can really support each other when we're kind of feeling a little wonky, like, oh, I don't have any business coming on right now, or how do I do this, or a little bit nervous about a new thing that I'm trying. So definitely the support of other agents and friends. And then I just get back to basics. I know I'm really good at connecting with people. And I know who likes me. And so those are the ones I call first to get myself going. And then I'll reach out to the next level. But it's definitely one-to-one phone calls.
So you're definitely a connector yourself. I didn't ask this question to random people, like, what's your big why?
Oh my God. Okay, so my big why is to provide a legacy for my children. My late husband died 13 years ago, and I'm the only parent. And so I would like to provide the way that he would have liked to have done as well. So that's my big why.
I love you so much.
Don't make me cry.
What would you do to what are you doing to finish the year strong, and then you just went to the business plan? What are you gonna do to start your 2024 strong from the beginning?
So I went to the business planning clinic to figure out, how many appointments I need to make, how many homes I need to sell in order to make the money that I want. All of the classes that the productivity committee has been creating is about building your business. And so I'm doing that. I'm creating my budget. I'm creating my plan. I've created my 411. I'm working on time blocking. I'm not too good with time blocking, but I'm working on that. And really to build my business and to see it grow in 2024 is, I'm a good teacher. I'm good at educating. So I want to educate my clients, and I want to connect more one-on-one with them. And I'd like to do more client events.
Before we take 2 questions, any last advice?
You guys chose to be in this career. You chose to be in this industry. So trust that it's meant for you. Trust that you can do as great as you want to. So if you have that desire, then feed it by educating yourself, encouraging yourself, and holding yourself accountable with others in the office. It doesn't have to be like okay, did you make your phone calls? Did you do this? Did you do that? It's like, hey, I said I was going to do 10 calls today and I did it. How about you? Make it fun.
Great. Okay, questions?
No questions?
No, I just love you.
Oh.
Okay, question.
Therese.
So when you're at your low point, what is the one thing that you're like, get your ass out of bed, you're gonna do this? There's always one thing that's gonna be like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself today because I want to.
Right.
And what do you do? Because I know you've been through a lot.
I've been through a lot.
Right.
So I'm gonna try not to cry.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I remember, and I'm in gratitude that I'm alive, because a lot of people aren't. And if I'm alive, then there's a reason that I'm here. And so I remember to be in gratitude for what I have, and to trust in myself that whatever light I have, that it's my job to spread it out to the world and help people get what they want. And so I always end my day writing in a gratitude journal. And usually there's at least one thing about, you know, somebody in my database or one of my clients that I'm like really grateful for. So yes, I connect to gratitude, and then that brings me joy, and I connect to being alive, and that gives me vision.
Thank you so much. Let's give it a warm round of applause. Thank you.